weeks. That's all it took. Just 3 painfully long weeks for everything to fall apart. What started as a love story between a man who only wanted to be loved ended with him uncovering a past he was never meant to see. And all of it began with one small, almost invisible moment. A detail so ordinary it could have slipped past anyone. But not Harry. For days, he couldn't stop staring at that Croatia photo. The yacht pictures had been everywhere for 3 weeks, plastered across the internet, yet something about them kept clawing at his mind. He would zoom in, zoom out, close the tab, walk away, and come right back. It was like that photo had a secret one it didn't want him to see. Then, one night, he noticed it. On the yacht's deck, tucked quietly off to the side, sat a small navy blue canvas bag. Nothing flashy, nothing luxurious, except for the golden letters glimmering on its front. Soho House. Harry froze, his stomach twisted. That wasn't just any bag. That was the Soho House, the ultra-elite members-only club Meghan practically lived in for years. A place where power whispered through every corner, where deals and introductions shaped lives. Suddenly, that bag changed everything. What used to feel like a coincidence now looked like a message he had ignored for too long. Harry's chest tightened. Sleep was no longer an option. He needed answers. He opened his laptop, his hands trembling, and typed the 3 names that had never seemed suspicious before, but now made his heart pound. Soho House, Marcus Anderson, Meghan Markle. The search results loaded, and his blood ran cold. Harry had always believed Marcus Anderson was just Meghan's charming, well-connected friend from Toronto, the guy who showed up at fancy events, laughed too loud, and knew everyone. But what Harry discovered painted a very different picture. Marcus wasn't just part of the scene, he created it. Old blogs, deleted interviews, archived magazines, hidden behind broken links, Harry dug through them like a man possessed. The pattern was crystal clear. Marcus wasn't merely a consultant or a social butterfly. He was an access broker, a man who connected ambitious women with powerful men who engineered introductions that changed careers and reputations overnight. Someone had once described him as the man who makes sure the right people meet. Every source told the same story. Marcus didn't just attend parties, he designed them. Harry leaned back, his heart racing. He felt utterly foolish. How had he never questioned Marcus's constant presence? The front row seat at the wedding, the late night talks with Meghan, the mysterious sense that Marcus was always around, lurking at the edges of their story like a shadow. But then came the question that made Harry's chest ache. What if Marcus wasn't just her friend? What if he was her handler? Harry clicked deeper. Old Toronto event photos, red carpet collections, private gatherings, and what he found over the next 6 hours shattered everything he believed about Meghan, about their love, and about the fairy tale he thought was his life. He didn't want to believe it. Every part of him prayed this was just an ugly misunderstanding. But the timelines matched too perfectly. The overlaps were too precise. His hope broke the moment he made that late night call. It was a call to someone he hadn't spoken to in years, a former Soho House insider from his wild London days. If anyone knew the truth, it was this man. When he finally picked up, Harry's voice was barely a whisper. I need to ask you about Marcus Anderson. There was a long silence. Then the man sighed heavily. What followed was 40 minutes of a truth Harry was never supposed to hear. Marcus Anderson didn't run a social circle. He ran what insiders secretly called a finishing school. But it wasn't about table manners or etiquette. It was about access. He finds women with ambition, the man explained quietly. Women who want to climb. He teaches them how to dress, how to talk, how to blend into powerful rooms without looking like outsiders. He gives them connections, invites them into Soho House, and introduces them to the men who can open doors. Harry sat frozen, his knuckles white. Marcus isn't just connected, the man continued. He has access to private calendars, event lists, guest rosters. He knows exactly where people will be, and he uses that to make introductions that look accidental but aren't. Harry's heart dropped. He remembered Marcus showing up at polo matches back in 2013, at charity galas in 2014, at events where Harry himself was in the background, always nearby, always watching, always connected. And Meghan, she'd been part of Marcus's circle long before Harry ever entered the picture. Then the man said something that made Harry's stomach twist. Marcus doesn't just introduce people, Harry, he positions them. Harry felt sick. And that's when another painful realization hit him. How had Meghan afforded that glamorous lifestyle before him? The designer clothes, the constant travel, the Soho House memberships across continents, the yachts, the luxury hotels. He knew her suit's salary, it didn't even come close. So he made another discreet call, this time to someone still working at Soho House, Toronto. The conversation was careful, quiet, and chilling. Meghan's membership, completely comped. Not discounted, not half price free, 5 whole years without paying a cent. When Harry asked who sponsored her, the man on the line went silent. After a long pause, he finally said, Marcus has ways. He uses corporate accounts, anonymous approvals, sometimes no one even knows whose name is really behind the payment. That was the moment Harry understood someone had been funding Meghan's rise. Someone had been investing in her, transforming a mid-tier actress into a global socialite polished enough to fit seamlessly into elite circles. Harry grabbed a pen and began calculating flights between Toronto, New York, London, Istanbul, Barcelona, Miami, outfits for every event, 5-star hotels, yacht weeks, hair, makeup stylists, memberships. The total hit him like a punch, over $70,000 a year. Meghan couldn't have covered even half. By now, Harry's world had collapsed into doubt and confusion. But what came next broke him. One morning, he opened the drawer he hadn't touched since the wedding. Inside was the official guest list, all 600 names, 2 columns, his side, Meghan's side. He began scanning through Meghan's list, and his breath caught Marcus Anderson, Jessica Mulrooney, Misha Nono, Serena Williams. Executives, investors, all Soho House regulars, people photographed with Meghan long before Harry even met her. He started marking names with a highlighter, then another, then another. When he was done, over 60 of Meghan's guests were tied directly to Soho House. These weren't her friends, they were her network. And that photo from the reception, Marcus standing proudly beside 4 Soho House executives, champagne glasses raised, smiling like men who had just completed a mission, it all made sense. Harry's wedding wasn't just a union. It was a summit, a gathering of the very people who built Meghan's ascent, the network that delivered her right into the palace. He felt his chest cave in. The realization burned. His wedding, the happiest day of his life, had been a celebration, not of love, but of strategy. Harry stopped sleeping. Food tasted like sand. His days blurred into nights spent researching, cross-checking, replaying old memories that now felt like lies. But there was one thing he hadn't dared to face: his old voicemail archive. He opened it one night, scrolling through years of ignored messages. Then he saw it. November 2017. A voicemail he had angrily dismissed right before proposing. He hit play. William's voice filled the room, calm, serious, pleading. Harry, you need to listen to me. Palace security ran a background check. Meghan's been part of the Soho House crowd for years. Marcus Anderson's reputation is well known. He positions women. She's been seen with people from your circle since 2014. This isn't random. Please, check before you propose. Harry froze. He replayed it. Then again. His brother hadn't been jealous. He hadn't been controlling. He'd been warning him. Harry found 2 more voicemails. In one, William mentioned security finding Meghan at events connected to Harry's charity donors. In another, he warned that Marcus had deep ties to Harry's own social network. Harry had deleted them all. Convinced William was just trying to ruin his happiness. But now, hearing them again, he realized William wasn't trying to destroy anything, he was trying to save him. That realization shattered Harry's last illusion. Now, most nights he lies awake, staring at the ceiling, trapped between love and betrayal. Every smile, every coincidence, Every supposed twist of fate now feels like part of a plan. Was any of it ever real? Or had he simply been the final piece in a long, carefully built puzzle? The truth whispers to him in the dark, the truth he can't unhear. Meghan didn't stumble into his world. She climbed into it, step by step, hand in hand with Marcus Anderson, funded, coached, positioned. And Harry, the boy who grew up craving genuine love, finally realized the most painful truth of all. He wasn't chosen. He was targeted. Harry sometimes wonders if fate was laughing. The whole time watching him fall headfirst into something that was never meant to be real. Every moment that once felt magical now plays in his head like a cruel movie on repeat. He remembers the first time Meghan looked at him, that half smile that felt like it was made only for him. He remembers thinking, finally, someone sees me. But now, even that memory feels poisoned. Because what if that smile wasn't fate? What if it was strategy? He walks past their photos, sometimes those perfect shots in front of cameras, the hand holding, the laughter, and feels a chill crawl up his spine. None of it feels warm anymore. It all feels staged, like a performance he unknowingly starred in. The walls of his home, once filled with laughter and love, now echo with silence. He replays every warning he ignored, every friend he pushed away, every red flag he painted gold just to keep believing in the fairy tale. Now the truth stands in front of him, cold, sharp, undeniable. Meghan didn't fall in love with him. She fell into her final role. And Harry, broken and wide awake, finally sees it all.